Tomorrow marks 1 week until Election Day. Battleground rallying is hitting high gear.
The push comes as new controversy hangs over the Trump campaign, and WGN's Dana Rebick is joining us now with more on that tonight. Dana.
Well, at his events today, Donald Trump did not directly address this racist joke that has been making headlines made at a rally last night in New York. He did take jabs at Vice President Kamala Harris at his event tonight, calling her incompetent, while Kamala Harris feels Trump's divisiveness is a danger to the country. This all as the Puerto Rican community is speaking out about the remarks and potential impact on the election.
A very special hello to Georgia. We love Georgia.
Former President Donald Trump rallied in Atlanta tonight, speaking to his base just 8 days before the election.
Every problem facing us can be solved, but now the fate of our nation is in your hands, and that's so true. What a rotten job. She's grossly incompetent. She's more incompetent than Biden, and I didn't think that was possible.
It's great to be back in Michigan. How's everybody doing? Go Blue!
As his opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to a crowd in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
As I travel our country, there is an overwhelming call for a fresh start. People from all walks of life, and they are calling for a new generation of leadership that is optimistic and excited about what we can do together.
Bruce Springsteen headlined a speech by former President Barack Obama in Philadelphia tonight.
What I cannot understand is why anyone would think that Donald Trump will shake things up in a way that is good for you.
Obama then referencing racist remarks made by a comedian opening at Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden last night.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
These are Americans. They're people. And that is the reason why this election should not be close. It should be clear.
Following backlash from the remarks, the Trump campaign distancing itself from comedian Tony Hinchcliffe today, a senior Trump advisor saying the joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign.
Viva Puerto Rico!
Tonight in Humboldt Park, Puerto Ricans protested, disgusted by the rhetoric.
Anyone running to be president of the United States has a moral obligation to treat Puerto Ricans with dignity and respect.
We're not going to allow to normalize this language that's so racist and so xenophobic. We have to put an end to this, and the only way we can do that is by going out on November 5th and showing the power of the Puerto Rican people.
There are about 2 million U.S. residents who were born in Puerto Rico and more than 250,000 living in swing states. According to the Washington Post, in Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, the number of Puerto Rican residents is larger than the vote margin between Joe Biden and Trump in the 2020 election. Tomorrow night, Kamala Harris will be giving a speech at the Ellipse near the White House, while Donald Trump heads to Pennsylvania. Ray?
All right, Dana Rebick, thanks so much. And our coverage previewing all of the big races leading up to Election Day continues through all of our newscasts. You can always read more at WGNTV.com and get updates from our WGN News app.